G'day Roosters. What we're trying to do today is turn a 12D export of a stormwater pipe into a Revit family so we can link it into our Revit model and cut sections through it and see things accurately. So I have a 12DA file here from the Stormwater Designer. What's a 12DA file? Well, that's from 12D, the software. And if we scroll down this PDF here, it does have a bit of a spiel about it. 12D is an interactive graphics program designed for processing civil data, survey data, etc. Now, what I've asked the civil designer to do is export a DWG of that file, and they have done this, and they have exported it as a polyface mesh, and that's a key thing to remember, that we get a polyface mesh and then we can turn it into what we want it to do. Now, what we need to do now, though, is get it into project coordinates. So let's just see where we're at with that. Yes, so this is its survey coordinates at the moment. Now, I've got the survey already here, so I'm going to XREF in the survey. I've got the survey at a GDA 2020, and I have the survey in project coordinates, which is relating to my Revit model already. So let's link in our survey model, which should drop straight over where we are already. Yep, that's perfect. That stormwater line's down the side of that boundary. And then if I XREF in the one that's moved to the project coordinates for Revit, now you won't see that on the screen because it's way down near 0,0. What I'm going to do now is move all of this objects, and I'll click a base point over here to the left and type in 0,0,0, and then zoom extents, and you can see our survey one has been moved closer to where the project one is, and the project coordinate is on the top left corner of the boundary. Now all I have to do is align this to that using the align command. I've been using this boundary corner here, so I'll just stick with that because I've been doing that from the beginning. But what I'll do is just use the LAYFARZ command to just hide a few of the elements, so I've got less things to accidentally click on when I use this command. So I just freeze a few of these layers. Whoops, I have frozen the wrong one. So I have to do that again. So just freeze a few of the layers to make it clear. What I'm going to grab is this endpoint here of this boundary. You can pick any place you want to align, but I've started with that corner. I'm going to continue with that corner for the rest of this project. So I've got consistency in my bias on how I've done that. Okay, that's probably enough. Now I use the align command, type that in, align. Select all these objects here, including the survey. Right click on that, and now first point will be the corner of this boundary, and then over to this boundary. Second point, just along this boundary anywhere, use the nearest command, nearest point, and then put nearest there. Alignment looks perfect. Yep, alignment is perfect. So now all of that is in my project coordinates for my Revit model. So if I link this in right now, this would be perfect in my model because I haven't changed the Z coordinate, I've only changed the X and Y coordinate. Now I'll just attach these surveys because I don't need them anymore. What I want to do now, though, is turn it into a model, a Revit family, so that I can cut sections properly. Because if I link this in right now, you'd cut a section, you'd see the entire object of this, and it wouldn't look great in the section. It'd be very confusing. So we're going to turn it into a SAT, or if we export it to a SAT file, which is a 3D model file format. Here's some stuff about it here. Then I'll bring that into a Revit family. So how do we do that? Well, first of all, we need to convert this. Now, just interrogate what we've got here first, because I noticed, see here, there's 2 of everything. Everything's doubled for some reason. So first of all, just run an overkill command and duplicate remove all the duplicates. Are we in meters? I think we're in meters, so that's probably okay. Let's see, it had 15 were deleted then, so I've got rid of all the duplicates. So just check what I've measured that pit across there. It says it's 6.6, so that's definitely meters. Just type in the units command. We're going to switch that to millimeters, and we're also going to scale these objects up to millimeters. So the units command is only telling you the drawing what units it in, but what have you actually drawn it in? So if I measure that now, it's still 6.6. It's still in meters technically, even though units command says it's in meters. So select all of the objects, hit the 0,0 base point there, and just type in 1000. Now we're in millimeters because our Revit model is in millimeters, so we want that to be millimeters. We've done all of those things now. Now just type in del OBJ and just check it is set to 2, because you don't want for the next steps, we don't want it to create 2 copies of things here. We're going to explode everything and we're going to turn it into a 3D face. First of all, we'll explode the pipes only. So let's explode the pipes. Okay, and that's turned it all into a 3D face. Now the convert or CONVTOSURFACE command will be used. So CONVTOSURFACE. You type that command in, and we're going to turn these 3D faces into, well, let's select everything and then deselect the pits. I'm only going to do the pipes first. So this command only works for watertight objects. Actually, I missed one there. Let's explode that. And did that explode? Nope. Explode. And then CONV2surface. I'm going to do the pits separate to the pipes. I find often that works better. Okay, so now they're all surface planar after I've converted them to surface. And now I'm going to use a command called SURFSCULPT. Oh, wait on, sorry, I haven't done this side. Convert to surface. Let's get all of these objects, all of these. But let's deselect the pits. I'll do that separately. And don't need that. And now they're surface planars. Now that's important because the next step we're going to do is use a command called SURFSCULPT. Now this is going to turn it into a solid. And the solid is what we're going to export to a SAT file. And that SAT file is going to be building our Revit family. So SURFSCULPT. Let's grab all of those objects again and deselect the pits. How I'm deselecting the pits is holding down the Shift key and then selecting it with my left button on my mouse. Hopefully this works. Ticking over now. Let's see what happens. And one was filtered out. Which one was filtered out? Not sure, but it looks like that's worked quite well. So let's just put that on a layer and turn the layer off temporarily so we can just work with these. Oh, we had a double here. Well, it looks like we had an extra double down here. Let's just quickly look at the 3D model and see if it looks okay. So we had an extra object here. Let's turn all the layers on. Yeah, we had a double. Interesting. Maybe there was overkill didn't work on that one. Anyway, that's fine. Now let's do it in the 3D view. We'll do the same steps as before. So we've got a Polymesh, and we're going to explode that. And that will turn it into a 3D face, and then we'll use the command to turn it into a surface planar with CONVTOSURFACE command, CONVTOSURFACE command, select everything, deselect our pipes. We've got all the pits. That has now converted them to a surface planar. Surface planar can be turned into a solid with the SURFSCULPT command. So I'll just spell that, SURFSCULPT. And select everything, deselect my pipes, and run that command. Boom, that was very quick. So I've got two solids here now. I've got the pipes and the pits, basically. Next step is to export this as a SAT file. So if you type in the export command and just drop down to ACIS SAT and select the objects, so those two things, and it's done it. Export it. Now we'll switch over to Revit. I've already in the family that I have for this, and because I have a 0 point already, I'm just going to import it to the 0 point of this family, and when I import that into Revit, I can drop it on the 0 point there. Now I've already created this family before, so I'm not going to be putting the 0 point again. So get the SAT file, change it here to SAT. Select our origin to internal origin, so the 0 points are the same, and there we have it, Revit family. Now when I load that into our model, overwrite the existing, you can see here the stormwater line down the side of this project. And the whole reason we did all of this was so we could cut sections through it and see the pipe just as a circle, not as the entire object for the whole length. So that's how you turn a 12D design into a Revit family via AutoCAD Polymesh, converted to a solid, export it to a SAT file, and then import it to an RFA file in Revit, and then drop that into your project. All the best. Let me know how you go.